Blah 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 blah.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the I'll Tell You What TV podcast for episode 47's after show, where we can talk anything really, anything at all. I'm going to kick us off by just mentioning, I think it was on last week's podcast.
Yeah, we mentioned Star Wars, yeah.
No, on last week's podcast, I remember me and James having a little bit of a conversation, and I mentioned that I'd done a bit of singing in the past. I wasn't very good, but I'd done a bit of singing. Do you remember that, James?
Well, talking of singing and not being very good, I was singing Outside by George Michael with Vicky in the car, and Vicky's mum were on back seat, and it were hilarious looking in the rearview mirror and just looking at her face. It was like gobsmacked.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because a little birdie did tell me that you do like to sing.
Oh, aye, yeah. I don't mind a bit of singing.
But they've also sent me a little bit of footage.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Would you like to see some...
Not in the shower, is it?
Would you like to see some footage of you singing, James?
Oh,
I could pretty much get the bet the answer is no, but we're going to be fucking looking anyway. Yeah, we're going to kick off with having a look at James singing, or having a listen to James singing, should we say? So
not in the shower, is it?
Normal procedures apply here, guys. I'm going to send you to a link. When I play it for the viewers, unfortunately, you won't be able to hear us. But that's because, viewers, I want you to hear the beautiful voice of James. Depends how
much of a rough night I'd had. If it's a bad day, it'll be bad. But if it's, some days I can be semi-decent.
Okay. Well, there's only one way we're going to find out, isn't there? On this, we're just going to have a look. So I'm going to send.
You put up a video like Pavarotti or something. Fucking hell, James, that's good.
So we're going to show a little video. So let me know when you two are ready, and I'll pop it on for the viewers.
Oh God, I'm gonna murder her. It's gonna be a murder.
So I know I'm looking forward to this. So let's see, shall we? Are you ready, guys? Are you ready?
Hang on, mine's starting at 8 seconds. Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
I've got me in the snow with a beard.
Oh well, I've added a little bit to the start of the video, so don't worry.
I'm ready.
No, you didn't be doing some remixes, have you?
No. Right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, hang on, I need to hit transition. Let's go.
Hello, this is James from I Tell You What TV, and this is how I make Vicky's Red Roger. I've sorted out the base is now done. All you want to do is hump it. When you start getting a bit of a mound like this, I did invite my girlfriend to help me, but she's apparently too busy with work. I don't understand it. You're just going to stare at me. Oh, she's happy now. I will now show you. I'm just about to start working on the body. Oh, that's more like it. That's more like it. That must be at least 6 inches. That's more like it. You get nice and tight. Right. Situation. I'm fucking freezing. I'm fucking knackered. Anyway, she's had enough, and I'll be back. And I was told by my manager, try and make it in work. No, I'm Wolverine. Time for more humping. Oh, wait. None of that. Well, none of that. That's more like it. That's more like it. Not that I'm an amateur. Sit. Well, you already are. Sit. Well, you already are. Sit. Well, you already are. You can stare. Sit. Well, you already are. That must be at least 6 inches. Look at that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, she's happy now. I'm fucking knackered. Behold. It looks like a huge tit at the moment. And this is how I make Vicky's Red Roger. And it's dropping tonight. dropping tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed it too. I hope you all enjoyed it too.
That's brilliant.
How long did you take doing that?
Oh, about 2 hours yesterday. No, it might have been longer actually. It did take a while. I think as I was laughing through parts. I'm gonna now show you how to hump it. You're gonna have to go and show that to Vicky. You're gonna have to go, Vicky, can you just watch this for a minute? Oh. Yeah, well, now you know what I was doing yesterday. You know.
Right, can you both help me? Can you shout out names of female celebrities that you like that have got nice bodies?
Oh, the one that played Catwoman recently.
Well, I would say Scarlett Johansson.
I've already got that one.
Amber Heard.
Yeah, because James doesn't know her. Oh,
Who?
Amber
I was
Heard.
going to say Amber Rudd, but she's not quite the same. Dave's having to Google.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, Michelle Keegan.
Oh, I've got that one.
Okay.
Katy Perry.
Anne Hathaway.
Mm.
She has got a lovely pair of fun bags. Yeah. So anyway, we see the video of James singing. I've spent so long laughing while making that yesterday. I've watched it so many times as well. It's brilliant. And I will. Dave the Harp says Jelly Brook. I don't think he meant Jelly Brook. Yeah, for what it's worth, I think I will put the video of James singing out public, just out of interest. Whack it on Facebook. Stick it on the Forever Relentless YouTube Facebook page.
Yeah, it's
like,
Meet the Owner.
Yeah, Meet the Owner, there you go.
Time for more humping.
I couldn't help but stick that bit with me. It just works so well. Because, my boss said, "Why don't you just come into work?" No, hell no, I'm Wolverine. Time for more humping. So yeah, pretty. Yeah, I enjoyed it anyway. I enjoyed it. The thing is, I was gonna try and get clips from a number of the videos that you've done, but to be honest, it was taking so long. I was like, you know what, I've got enough here. I can just crack on with this.
Definitely.
Right, that's pretty much it. I'm bringing to the after show, guys. What you got?
Yeah, well, I'll basically kick off from my racing league.
What racing league would that be, James?
It's called Forever Relentless Racing, FRR for short. You can find it on Facebook as Forever Relentless Racing, or you can find us on YouTube, type in Forever Relentless Racing, or if you're too lazy, you can just put in FRR Project Cars, you'll find it. And yeah, so it's my racing league's taking a little bit of a hiatus while I reorganise the league. I've decided I was gonna basically, we started season 5. The first race at Barcelona went up on YouTube about coming up to near 2 weeks ago now.
Longer than that.
Yeah, and we did the second race. I was busy with work, and I knew that video was going to be later than planned. I think I was going to. Normally, I like to get them done within about 5 days, and I knew that we were going to just go over. And then we had the third race at Long Beach, and I just decided straight after that race. I know it probably will cause a lot of people to get quite effed off, and a lot of people to think, "Oh, what's the point?" But I just thought, for my own sanity, I'm going to change. I put up a vote on the. I think we talked about it last week. Put up a vote on the chat party, basically saying, do you want to vote for change the cars, or do you want to vote for damage being completely off? Because unfortunately, with the Indy cars, they're pretty much like made of paper. Amazing to
It's
drive.
interesting you say that. I did see on the Forever Relentless Facebook page today there was a post put out. I'll quickly read it. So I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, you should know, James. You wrote it.
Did I?
Yeah, there was a post put out that said the IndyCar used in Season 5 has shown to be as fragile as an igloo in the desert, so the FRR admins have been searching for a replacement car for the rest of Season 5, meaning a short summer break has been needed to get the igloo relocated or made out of camel dung so it doesn't fall apart.
Nice. I didn't know that were up there, but that's nice to know.
That's what she said.
Yeah, pleasant surprise there. But basically, in long story short, the drivers decided that they were going to ask for the car to be changed. I was thinking of continuing where we left off, but with different cars. And basically, me, just in case anybody's listening, not that it matters, but me. Dave on the podcast and Dave the Harper, who's in the chat party, we did a little bit of testing. We spent a while testing out cars, which would provide a little bit of love taps without falling apart.
Did you properly crash test them, James?
I'd say I tried to destroy you about 4 times, and you tried to destroy me, and kind of took Dave out in the process. But we're watching back on some of the replays when we were getting the footage together, and they were quite hilarious. But we give them a good old bashing and just test how much they could take before they started to, fall apart. But what we wanted was something where even if you get in a biggish crash, you're still going to be able to drive the car back to the pits without losing at least 30 seconds because the suspension's broken or something like that. So we've pretty much got 2 cars lined up, and I might as well announce the second car now. We've got 1 car for the drivers to test next Monday night. The drivers, nothing of this is going to be televised. It's just going to be for my reference, but it's just going to be a driver test for the drivers, and we're going to do 2 15-minute races. And basically, I'm going to save both replays, watch both races back, and whichever car provides the most, or just. Like, let's say I watch.
James, hang on. The most what? You broke up.
The most entertainment,
right? Yeah.
Value for YouTube. Whichever car provides that, and also provides good wheel-to-wheel racing, will be chosen to be the replacement car for the IndyCar Championship. Now, I've decided, in my own wisdom, I might be right, I might be wrong, but.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Even if you're right, I'm going to say you're wrong.
Yeah, I probably am wrong, but kind of in my own head, I kind of want a complete fresh start. I don't want to, if I fuck up, I want to just go right. Let's clean the slate. Let's start again, and let's go again. Because it's the first time since running the league I've had to do this. So what I've decided is. The championship order. I've added up all the points and I've sent that into the PSN chat party. So whenever I select the car, which will be chosen on probably Monday night or Tuesday morning, whichever car is chosen, and I'll mention the second car later on. Which I think we're choosing one of the cars has been a Mercedes-Benz touring car. I think it's the Help me out here. With the A45.
Yeah, 45 AMG touring car.
Yeah, so that's been chosen due to it's pretty much built like a tank.
Yeah.
Because I tried to destroy Dave up against the wall, and he still came back for more. So it's pretty much
indestructible.
Yeah, but it's still fun and that's it. The main reason we chose it was because it were fun to drive. It probably didn't give the amount of horsepower that we were probably desiring, but in terms of having a good laugh and having a good battle, it certainly did provide that. So that's been selected by me, Dave, and Dave the Harp, and then we chose. Well, actually, Dave and Dave the Harp recommended to me the Aston Martin GTE. So it's not a GT3; it's a GTE. For the second car that we're going to test out on Monday night. So we're going to do two 15-minute races. I'm going to select that. Then once I've worked out which car is going to be used for Season 5, the championship order from the pretty much failed IndyCar Championship, which there were only 3 races. The championship order, the driver with the most amount of points is going to get to select his livery first, then the next driver, then the next driver, and then the next driver. So it's going to pretty much be, once again, every man for himself, go out there, and pretty much we're going to start Season 5 from scratch.
I've got no points.
Well, to be fair, Dave, when I look at the championship standings, I don't think you'll be that fussed. I think you only had 9 in total, which
minus the 3 you would have had for the collision.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't think I minus them, so you might only have 6. So, pretty much the championship's going to start again, and rather than a big 12-race championship, it's going to be 10 races. It was previously, for previous championships, 8, but I did kind of feel like it was just a touch too short. There were a couple of drivers that were maybe like in 3rd place, who were a dark horse coming up in the background, and then they were never able. But I think with an extra 2, that might just give that opportunity for a dark horse to come through.
So what has your driver's response been to like starting over afresh and nobody having points then?
To be fair, I've had 0 responses as of yet, until I double check right now.
10 messages. What the fuck? I had 40 points.
No. So I believe Jason, our good friend Jason, who's raced with us for a while, he came away with 25 points. And actually, due to this, I've just had another driver saying, "Put my name down for a seat." So that's good. Another driver turning up. So yeah, Jason had 25 points. Iceman 24 points. That was close. Amby third to choose with 21 points. Then it's Rodders, Dave the Arp, Thermal Tank, Steve, yourself, Dave, with 9 points. Then it's Tony AFC Gunner, and I Am Jesus. I don't even think he's turned up. So in a way, I kind of thought, yeah, we could carry the points over, but then I just thought to myself, you know what? Let's just start afresh. I know some people might be annoyed, but at the end of the day, there's nobody more annoyed than me that I'm having to start over again. So, yeah, I've done. You might have already seen as well. I've done 2 intros for whichever gets chosen for the opening to the racing videos, and pretty much I'm kind of getting myself in a position where I'm prepared for which either car gets chosen. So I'm kind of feeling a lot more prepared than I would be in this situation if I just waited until the outcome and then went, oh shit, I've got to do all my work now.
Well, I must admit, the approach you're taking is not necessarily the approach that I would take, but it's not my league, so it doesn't matter what I think. I mean, like you say, some people might not like it, some people won't care.
I think drivers will just be glad to get rid of the previous car.
Yeah, yeah. But the shame about that car is it's a demon of a car to drive on your own. But we had a situation where the previous race. Well, Dave, talk us through the start to the.
We saw it. We saw it last week. I played it live, didn't I?
Yeah. But that situation in a slower race car probably would not get to that situation.
Oh no, not at all.
And it wouldn't have ended like 2 or 3 people's races. And yeah, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not saying that like every driver has to be absolutely perfect. I make plenty of mistakes when I'm driving.
The thing is, whether it's gaming or real life, when you make a mistake, you should be punished for it. However, when it comes to gaming, yes, you perhaps should be punished for it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should be out of your event. And that's the thing that got me in the footage that I showed last week was I made a mistake, but it meant that all the time that AFC Gooner had spent practicing or whatever was wasted, and he must have been real pissed off. Now, when it came to like testing a few of the cars, I mean, I did tell Steve, I says I drove like a dick. I crashed into James as much as I could. I just drove like a knobhead, right? Just to simply see what would happen. Now, there were 2 cars that could really actually take a hit. One was the Mercedes, another was a Formula Renault, which ripped the front wing off completely and was still able to do semi-decent lap times. I wouldn't have even needed to pit. But I did suffer straight line speed, so there was a punishment without my race being over. So not only would I be able to get back to the pits, I'd actually be able to go, you know what, I'll keep driving until it's my pit stop, or keep driving to the end of the race. There were a few cars that we tried that were great to drive, but if you got close to a barrier, they just fell apart. Now, they may be usable in future seasons, but given the problems you've had with the IndyCar, I wouldn't necessarily use them. Now, the other car, the Aston Martin, that was beautiful to drive, could take a hit on the front and still keep going. The rear, if it's a hard enough hit on the rear, you lose your rear wing and it's a bit of a tricky bitch, but you should still be able to get back to the pits, no problem. But I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's gaming or your personal life. Sometimes when stuff isn't working and it's getting you down, you have to make changes, as some famous guy once said. Was it the definition of idiot is to do the same thing repeatedly expecting a different result?
Yeah. But yeah, so in a way, I'm as annoying as it has been, I'm more happy knowing that I'm going in a better direction, because right now, if I'd have carried on, I could have seen myself with no drivers near the end of the season, because nobody has wanted to turn up, because who wants to practice? I mean, myself, I didn't practice much, but if somebody has put in practice because they want to win, who wants to practice to... Yeah, it want a blatant problem, but to be taken out by a mistake, to then literally take 2 minutes to get back to the pit lane, by that point your race is over. Who wants to bother? Nobody does. So I'd rather have it where the cars are number one, enjoyable to drive still, but provide a situation where even if you have a horrific crash, you're not completely out of the race. You can still get decent points.
Well, talking about completely out of the race, Steve, I believe you had an interesting couple of days with your PlayStation.
Oh my god! Well, I managed to get my hands on a downloadable copy of a game, and I set it to download it, and I got a message saying that there wasn't enough space on the hard drive, so I deleted some stuff off and set it to download, and it said it was going to take about 10 hours or something. So I thought, okay, I'll leave it on overnight to download, but I'll put it onto rest mode while it's downloading, and I'll see what it's like in the morning. Came to it the next morning, and it went into safety mode, and it was asking me to do a manual update of the latest update, and basically that didn't work. I tried it several different ways, searched on the internet what to do, but I was stuck in safety mode, and the only thing I could do was basically factory reset the PlayStation.
Bloody hell.
So I was thinking, shit, I've got 2 or 3 profiles, I want to lose all my data. Not only that, even if it has saved the data, I've got to remember all my bloody passwords again for all my logins. But I managed to do it. I logged in, and it's like, okay, I've got 4 games I need to download, a few different apps I need to download. And it's like, each game's like 10 hours to download, and then GT Sport, 15 hours. And I'm like, what?
Jesus.
Because it's in 2 parts. It's like, this bit's going to take 36 minutes, and then the next bit comes up, this bit's going to take 15 hours. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much all day yesterday was just downloading my profiles, and I was lucky enough that it did have the auto save onto the cloud on my game save data. So once I'd logged in and reinstalled all the games and everything, my save data was still there, fortunately. But what a pain in the arse.
Yeah. Well, given that depressing news, should we have another listen to James singing?
Yeah. Yeah, go on then.
Okay, viewers, check this out.
Hello, this is James from I Tell You What TV, and this is how I make Vicky's Red Roger. I've sorted out the base is now done. All you want to do is hump it, hump it, hump it. When you start getting a bit of a mound like this, I did invite my girlfriend to help me, but she's apparently too busy with work. I don't understand it. You're just going to stare at me. Oh, she's happy now. I will now show you. I'm just about to start working on the body. Oh, that's more like it. That's more like it. That must be at least 6 inches. That's more like it. You get nice and tight. Right, situation. I'm fucking freezing. I'm fucking knackered. Anyway, she's had enough, and I'll be back. And I was told by my manager, try and make it in work. No, I'm Wolverine. Time for more humping. Oh, wait. Oh, what that? What's none of that? That's more like it. That's more like it. Not that I'm an amateur. Sit. Well, you already are. Sit. Well, you already are. Sit. 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 Well, you already are. You can stare. Sit. 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 Well, you already are. That must be at least 6 inches. Look at that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, she's happy now. I'm fucking knackered. Behold. It looks like a huge tit at the moment. And this is how I make Vicky's Red Roger. And it's dropping tonight. And it's dropping tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed it too.
So there you go. I couldn't resist but play that twice. Also, actually, James, you know what? I've got a question for you.
Yeah?
I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you, if you can, to tell me what you see. So I'll just pop it up on the... oh, I need to resize the bloody thing. Be a good idea if I make sure we can see it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to pop a picture up on the old live stream. I'll send it to YouTube. But so yeah, I'm interested. I'm going to send you a picture. I want you to tell me what you see.
Yeah, what you see?
What do you see? See what you see.
Good, but it's not quite right. Yeah, that's been photoshopped.
So you're actually convinced that that's you then?
Oh no, not that picture. I'm on about the
woman.
I love Black Cock.
All right, okay. Right, what about the other picture? The picture of you?
That ain't me.
It is.
It is not.
It looks like you.
I'm not a fisherman.
Well, I want to know what you've been up to.
He might be related. He's got similar eyes, and the nose is different.
Well, I'm wondering if this is why you're having to
I've got to say, he's got very, very similar eyes and eyebrows.
I'm sure it's you. I want to know where you've been for 66 days.
Yeah, I think if I just zoomed in on his eyes and his eyebrows, I'd probably say, yeah, similar. He might be related, but yeah. Yeah. Cheers, mate.
You're welcome.
You make me feel like I've got a doppelganger.
Well, apparently we all have. Steve, do you reckon it's time to see if...
Well, actually, you know what? Oh, bloody hell. Me and... my dad said that he saw George Clooney on holiday. He showed me a picture. Just some bloke with a tan. All right.
Could have been anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
What was you going to say, Dave?
I was going to say, do you think it's time we get James to have a look at a couple of videos?
Yeah, why not?
I suppose we should explain to him what's about to happen.
Might as well. I'll explain to him what he needs to do.
Yeah. Just have to bear with me a second, because there's one of the videos I just realised I haven't finished off sorting out. I just need to put it on so that people can see. Okay, James, basically, right, you know how you like doing your impressions and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well, we've got a bit of a challenge for you. Right.
All right, yeah.
Now, so I'm trying to talk while I'm sorting this out. Okay, so we've got a bit of a challenge for you, right? To do with your impressions. What it is, I'm going to show you a video clip, right? And what I'd like you to do is, if you can, do a voiceover on the video clip using one of your impressions. Now, the one that I'm thinking of perhaps getting you to use is your Australian wildlife guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right. So I've got a couple of video clips here. So obviously I will show you one and see how you get on. And if you want to have another go, you can. And then we'll move on.
If you want to have a little practice before you start.
Tough. Right.
That meant as in without actually seeing a video, just say something to get into the right accent.
If he wants to get his voice in tune.
Yeah.
Cool.
It doesn't sound convinced.
No, he sounds scared. Which one should we get him to do first?
I just see a picture and then I've got to come up with an accent for him.
It's a video.
It's a video. You don't have to come up for it's not a video. What should I say? Think of it as like a wildlife video.
So you've got to commentate on what's there.
Yeah.
Or you could be the voice of whatever's on the screen.
Yeah, so you could have like if there are creatures, the creatures could have voices. But you could also have your Australian being like
what we've got here kind of thing.
Yeah. I tell you, we can use this first one as like a bit of a, just to get you into the swing of things, shall we say?
Okay.
Right. Okay, I'll send you. Now, obviously, when I play these video clips, people will be able to hear us. Otherwise, this doesn't work. Okay, so here...
I'll try not to laugh out loud.
Yeah. So there's the first video clip. So just let me know when you're ready to play.
Hang on.
I'm hanging.
I'm ready.
I haven't received it yet. Oh, here we go. Not neighbours, is it?
No. No, they're the wildlife videos, James. Creatures and beasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got to come up with an accent for this dog, have I?
Well, you don't have to have an accent for the dog. I mean, that's entirely up to you. You can give the animal a voice if you wish.
Oh, this is
Are you ready? I've not started yet, James. I've got a video. I need to play the video on the podcast. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay, right. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
this tastes good. Bloody hell. Oh, can I have some more, please? Oh, cheers, mate. Oh. Oh, so bloody delicious. More, please. Come on. Give me some more. Fucking hell. Just one more. Go on. Oh, it's better than sex. Come on, one more. Come on. Yeah. Oh, that is the spot. Come on. Oh, it tastes so good. Go on. That were better than that shit I had over here the other day. Oh, definitely. So much fresher. Come on. Come on. Last one.
Done. Well done. You done well there, James. Not bad.
That was good, James, that.
Vicky's probably wondering what the fuck is going on.
I thought that halfway through.
This is better than sex. Dum, 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 dum.
It just seemed like a very pathetic little. Whereas I think a bigger dog, it'd probably get a deeper voice out of me.
Okay. So you ready for the next one, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Right, okay. I will tell you, this clip is quite short, and the only other thing I'll tell you about it is everyone or everything that features in this video clip is female. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Right. So like I say, this clip is very short. Let me know when you're ready to go.
How many seconds is it? About 10?
About 15, 16.
Oh, okay.
So let me know when you're ready.
It's just loading, hang on. It's still loading.
It's loaded.
Right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, wrong one. Hang on, stop. Rewind. I've just shown a snippet of something I'll be showing in a minute. Okay, when you're ready.
Have you sent me the right link?
Have we got the right link?
Yeah, you've got the right thing. So if you're both ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Oh, how are you doing? So nice. Oh, it's nice to see you. Oh, hold on. We're gonna have a ride. Oh, this is called interracial.
Told you it was a quick one. Okay. We've got one more. Now, James, you mentioned like if it was a bigger dog, you'd perhaps have a deeper voice.
Yeah.
Right. I will give you a hint on this one. You might want to think deeper voice, right?
Okay.
Okay. So let me know when you're ready to watch this one.
Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, looks like me, that.
Okay.
Right.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Oh, bloody hell. That was a rough night last night. Oh, God. Oh, I don't even know what I'm trying to do. Am I trying to stand up? I'm trying to knock this gate over. Oh, I've got that itch. Oh, bloody hell, that's the spot. Oh, go on. What's this in my mouth? Is it a fucking snake? I don't know. Got to stretch these limbs out. Oh, where is this itch? I don't know, but it's fucking annoying me. Oh, I've got pins and needles now. Fuck's sake. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, there it is. That's the spot. Fuck it. What am I going to eat? Oh, I might eat this wire. Oh, it's itched.
I think James might have missed something there.
So do I, James. You might want to quickly just watch that. Very good, very good. But you might just want to watch that again. Just watch it for the pleasure of watching it for a second.
So he's got an itch. Oh no, he's tied up, right?
No,
I
no,
thought
he's not. He's not. He's got.
Right.
He's got.
So he just has.
He's got an
Just
itch.
has an itch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he starts rubbing his back. Then he rolls on the floor.
Why does he roll on the floor?
Because he's got an itch still.
No.
No.
What?
Do you know,
Go back a little
go
bit.
back, do you know where he's got the wire in his mouth when he's standing up? Watch where the wire goes.
He's eating it.
No.
Yeah, and then where does the end of the wire go?
I'm watching. He's chewing it. He's chewing it. He's rolling. I don't know. What have I missed?
Right. Scroll back.
He
Scroll
gets-
back to the bit where he's standing up. Right.
Yeah.
And he's rubbing his back up against the fence.
Yeah.
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 Right. Then
Yeah.
watch.
Give it a good old rub.
Yep. Watch from there and watch where the wire goes.
I don't know.
Well, what do big beasts, male beasts like that, have between their legs?
The ding dong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets whiplash on it. So that wire whacks him in the balls. That's why he's rolling around on the floor.
Hang on. No, I think it just it's his leg. I think you're reading too much into it.
So why is he walking?
Sexualising it too much, Steve.
No, but look at the way he walks.
Just an innocent
Seems
bear.
innocent. Watch his legs though. You have to watch his legs. Once he gets whipped in the balls, it's like, oh my god, oh shit, that hurt.
Anyway.
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's why I said it looks like pins and needles. Like, oh fuck's sake.
Well, now we know that you can do that. We'll have to come up with some more of them for you.
Yeah, I like doing like little stupid voices. I mean, there wasn't much going on there, but yeah, I like the humping one. That was pretty funny.
I'm eating a biscuit. Top between yourselves.
That's alright. So I've currently got on me pictures. I've got that Amber Heard. I've got Natalie Portman, Rita Ora, Michelle Keegan,
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson,
Alexandra Daddario.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. I've got Jennifer Lopez, even though you both don't like her.
You said,
Kelly Brook.
you said a moment ago about Steve sexualising an innocent image.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a video yesterday that I found quite funny. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play the video, but I'm going to sort of explain it to you and show a couple of pictures. Now, if you've ever seen the Unilad Facebook page, they quite often post some very funny stuff.
Oh, sorry, just thought of someone for James.
Mm-hmm.
Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Stormy Daniels. No. Yeah, so this video that I saw was a bloke talking to the camera about him and his missus are literally just about to walk out the door to go on holiday, when he decides, you know what, I'm going to get all of my partner's bikinis and throw them away and replace it with one that he had made. And I'm going to show what it was that he had made. And I'm curious as to whether Steve or James, you would ever be brave enough to do this. I mean, it probably wouldn't harm yourselves, but whether the partner would like it, I don't know. So anyway, here's a picture of the swimsuit, and basically, I want James to see the picture before I explain what it fully is. Yeah, so James, would you do this on a bikini for Vicky?
Hang on. Well, Jesus Christ, she's a monster, isn't she?
I'm not going to comment on the lady because she puts up with this guy. But basically, this guy has had his own face printed on the front of the bikini. Which,
do you have a picture of the back?
I have another picture of the front and a picture of the back. Now I'll show you the other picture of the front because what he's ended up making is this.
Yeah, it's not bad that. Be better on Margot Robbie though.
True. Okay, and a picture of the back, which is a basically image of his own back, including a special feature. So I might have to set this as a challenge next year for you two to have your face and back printed on a bikini for the partner.
The funny thing about the back is that it's printed to make it look like she's got fat curves.
Yeah.
Like spare tyre or whatever. But it's funny that because on the video it shows quite a close up of it, and it is actually a print of his back, and you can see all these hairy bits on his arse, all his hair up on the picture on the back, and she's trying to flatten out the fat lines, but you can't because it's printed on.
Yeah. It is pretty.
The thing is,
funny.
I would do that, get one of those for Claire, but she wouldn't wear it.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, this lady did. She wore it on the beach in front of people, and it was quite entertaining. Anyway,
yeah, it was the same bloke that did it. That had a paddling pool in his front room.
Yes, that's the one. Right, I said earlier that's everything I've got for the after show. I think that is nearly everything I've brought to the after show now. So what you two guys got? What you bringing? What you got to talk about?
I want to know more about Steve's Racing League.
What do you want to know? Well, I'll tell you the name. It's
What is it?
It's a joke. No, I was just being stupid, pretending not to remember. Dynamic GT League on the PlayStation 4. So that's Gran Turismo Sport, and we're racing this Thursday. But we're not sure what cars yet because the vote's going on in the drivers' chat of what car to use. But if anybody wants to join for some racing, find us on Facebook, which is Dynamic GT League on Facebook, and drop us a message and we'll get you set up to do some racing with us. The league hasn't started the season yet. We're still in the process of setting that up. I'm actually quite close to being prepared, but there's a few things we need to just iron out, and it'd be nice to have a full lobby on Thursday so we can test a few bits and pieces. It's kind of like behind the scenes stuff that drivers don't really need to know about, but it's just to make sure as admins we know what we're doing, kind of thing, when the lobby's full. But yeah, it's all good. So James, are you joining us this Thursday?
Yeah, I think I'll be there. I don't think we'll, unless like an emergency turns up, but I doubt it.
I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think you really will, because it is absolutely close racing from start to finish. And if you have a spin, because that weak boost is on, you get the chance of catching back up again. And it's a good laugh. And the drivers that are in there are pretty fair. And if they cause an accident, they do tend to let you back past. And even if they don't, you've got weak boost to help catch back up again anyway. But it is fun. It is a good laugh.
Well,
I went out.
Dave the Arp says, James, just bring plenty of rear bumpers.
Yeah.
And you'll hear Ray going, oh, shit.
Yeah. What is it I do? Oh.
And Dave going, fucking hell!
What the fuck's he doing?
I can't believe this so and so was fucking hit me, fucking so. Dave, it's not him, mate, that's someone else. Oh, right, okay.
Ericsson hit me.
Yeah. You know what? I have just seen as you're talking about sort of PlayStation video games, right? I have remembered I have got something else to discuss with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Now, you know, within the last few days, F1 2018, the video game, has been released. It's out there. It's available. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of glitches.
Well, interesting you mention that, because I haven't seen much of the game. I've got no interest in getting the game, really. But I thought, you know what? I think I'd waited about a day, and I thought, you know what? I'll jump onto the official Codemasters forums and see what people are saying about the game, to see if people are saying whether it's good or if there's many problems. And I've got a few I'd like to share with you, if that's alright, guys.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Right, okay.
I'm sure it's frustrations we've had in the past.
Well, let's see. This first one. Okay, this first one is a guy saying, every race I have done, which is Silverstone and Spa so far, when I pit in a 25% race, I exit the pits, drive for about 20 seconds, then it teleports me into the pits again, but about 60 foot up in the air.
Oh dear. Well, that's not good.
No, it sounds that's just normal. That's just normal gameplay. You know about?
That's Codemasters for you.
Okay, let's see. On to the next one. Okay, this one's probably a little bit different. Anyone else having severe issues with front temperatures going above the range? Only done Australia so far, but it feels like no matter how careful you take it, the temperatures always rise. When you physically stop the car, the front temperatures don't go down, while you lose a lot of temperature in the rear.
It could be the brake discs, though, that are hot, and once you stop the car, they get hotter because there's no way of cooling them down. And that's why in real Formula 1 you see them with the blowers on the brake discs, but you don't see them blowing the rear brake discs, just the front, because they work a lot harder than the rears because of the the battery regen on the rear. So it could be the fact that once they stop, the fronts do keep temperature for a long time because of the brake temperature.
Okay, so that's a possibility. It's also a possibility it's just fucked. Okay, the next one. This one, loads of detail with this one. When I watch a player in spectate mode, the engine sounds are bad.
Not as bad as they used to be, though, surely. Not when you used to click on some and it'd be like... and they're physically going through gears up and down, but all you get is... and it stops you. I mean, when we were doing commentary and broadcasting, it'd be like, okay, I want to watch this car, but I can't put up with the sound of the engine. And it was like it was stuck in third gear. And it was revving its tits off, and you can't watch and commentate on that because it just is so annoying, the noise. So I wouldn't be surprised if they've still got the same issue.
Yeah. Okay, someone posting, after release of game, you see anything good changes about safety. This isn't me not able to talk, I'm reading what's written. After release of game, you see anything good changes about SC, so about the safety car. And at the time I looked at this, nobody had commented. So I'm going to read a couple of the comments here. One says, only had VSC so far, plenty of times, but no real safety car. The VSC worked just fine for me each time, no bugs detected yet. Someone else says, it works at least, but I absolutely hate the fact you can't control your speed on the restart. The game holds you back, and what happens when it's green again is that I usually spin, or just explode. Next one is, you can overtake other cars by rolling through off throttle. Half of the AI get random penalties for speeding. On 100% race, where the leaders run super soft, soft, they'll ignore safety cars on lap 32 and 36 to instead pit lap 42, 2 laps from the end. It's amazing. Let's see.
Doesn't sound amazing to me. It sounds fucked up.
The amazing was sarcastic. The last comment I'm going to read there is safety car has some issues with lapped cars. Now, there was another one that I remember, and hopefully I will mention it. If I don't mention anything else about safety cars, guys, remind me, because then I'll remember to just tell you. Okay, let's see. What's this one? AI lap times in qualifying are insane. Let's see.
Read that.
It's something, apparently something to do with okay, one here, just seen Perez do a 30-second lap around Canada in the race. They are inhuman, utterly impossible. Not with superhero abilities, you could match some of these times. But yeah, I saw that there was one where in the practice compared to qualifying was about a 4-second difference, which if you're practicing and you're going off the relevance of your opposition, that's a big fucking problem.
Well, what I read on one of them was it was finding it difficult to qualify because he kept qualifying about 16th or 17th because the AI seemed to be super fast in qualifying. But once the race starts, he's overtaking everyone and he's up near the front. So they've got no race pace, but they're super fast in quali. And the person that commented say, you know, he not experienced this in the previous games, and he does race on a high level. It's not like it's on a low AI for the race, which is odd.
Yeah. Okay. 2 major bugs with settings and safety car. Okay. To change difficulty, you have to time the menu screen when changing race weekends. I got a fast PC, so the loading screen is on for like 2 to 3 seconds, so I barely have time to change any settings. No matter what, there shouldn't be a time limit to enter a menu in the first place, and on top of that, this menu is where you change the difficulty and other crucial options. Please fix this. If this is not a bug, I have no words. Now, if you've got a menu screen where you've got options to change, you shouldn't be getting 2 to 3 seconds to do it.
No. Like in Project Cars, before the start of the race, you get a full 2 minutes to make sure your strategy's right before the start of the race. But
I think this guy is on about like if he's finished a race weekend and he's moving on to the next one. So if you wanted to change anything like weather or difficulty, he's only getting 2 to 3 seconds of that menu screen to be able to edit any settings.
But that comes down to exactly what we were on about straight away when it were announced. The first thing they always said were, don't have to worry, guys, because we've got more interviews. No, that's not what we fucking want. We want the fucking game fix, thank you.
Right.
And they don't care about that.
Okay, the same guy, his second comment was this. Okay. In my first career race, the safety car was deployed and I went to the pits for a new set of ultras. Nothing wrong there. Because of this, I was in last place, but would have a golden opportunity to make up places in the final 5 laps. All makes sense. Everything went well trying to catch the pack during the safety car period. That's what you'd expect. Except when the text came saying safety car in this lap. As the leaders slowed down to release the safety car, Sorokin, who was 2 straights away from the pack, slowed down to the same speed as the leaders for no reason. And I was slowed down by the game, so I couldn't pass him, and the whole race weekend was ruined.
Yeah. Well, Yep.
He's like, no word. Yep.
I don't agree with the feature they've got there, though, where the pack slows down and then your car automatically slows down as well. Your car, I know that you shouldn't overtake behind the safety car, and if the car in front of you slows down, you've got to go at the same pace as that. But that car should have caught up the pack if it was able
Had enough
to.
time to, yeah.
Yeah. But at the restart, you should be able to decide when you want to accelerate. It shouldn't go, okay, you're on auto drive, and now you can accelerate. Because when I played the previous game and it used to do that, the amount of times you go, right, I'm going to go, and the AI, your car goes, but the AI in front of you doesn't go as quick. Straight away, bang, straight up the rear. Lost front wing.
Okay, on to the next one. Now, this is a weird one for me, in a way. Right, on F1 2018, they've got some special DLCs, like for example, there's the Brawn and a Williams, which is a part of the headline edition content, right? On launch, though, there was a lot of people that did what you have to do with the game, enter in their codes and all that kind of stuff, but couldn't access the Brawn and the Williams, the reason they bought the headline edition. So it's basically going, right, we've paid extra for this version of the game and we ain't even got the cars. Now, it'll probably be fixed, but it doesn't instill confidence to me.
You shouldn't. Sorry, if you're buying a product and it's not there, you should be able to take it back.
Well, this is something I said about F1 2018, 17, the previous game, whatever number that was.
Yeah, 17.
17. When it came out, it was a broken game.
Yeah.
And if somebody wanted to take that game back to the shop and complain, they probably could, and they could get the money back. But what if you'd done it on the download? You're fucked. You can't ring up Sony and say, this game's broke, I don't want it. But with any other product, you know, you're within your statutory rights. Yeah, you know, if it's not as it was described when you purchased it, or if it's not working properly, you should be able to get a full refund.
That you should. Right, okay. For this next one, there wasn't much said. I will recheck, but I'm going to. Let me just sort the picture out on the podcast, and then I'll send it to you guys. I must admit, I thought I had got this done already, but obviously not. Right, bear with me a second. Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, this next one, sorry, hang on a second. My computer's doing strange things. Right, I'm gonna have to move that. This is gonna take a second. Talk amongst yourselves, guys.
Well, the cars that we're going to use on Thursday. I know that Dave the Arp's watching this podcast. He's a driver. He's not commented on what.
He may have already gone to bed though.
Oh yeah, he said good night. There's only me and Ray that's commented so far. I've commented on the N300, which is basically up to 300 brake horsepower kind of range. But Ray's posted or on the polls put N1000, so he wants to race 1,000 brake horse. That's rather interesting. But if it ends up being that, so be it. But if I don't have one of them cars unlocked, what happens? You need to earn some money to buy one, but you don't necessarily have to buy an N1000. What you can do is buy, say, an N800, and then with your mileage exchange coins, you can go into the settings and you can upgrade your car. You can modify your car to have more power and less weight. And by doing the more power, you can get it into the N1000 range, depending on the car.
Right.
So, for example, I've got McLaren 650S, and it comes as standard as about N6 or 700, but I can get that to an N1000 because I can upgrade the engine enough to have 1,000 brake horse on it or thereabouts. But if you want to, James, when we're not doing the podcast, either later this evening or tomorrow, if you want to pop on and we can have a look and I can explain a few things to you about how to modify the cars and stuff, because I know Dave the Arp got a bit confused with it at one point.
Right, yeah, I'll have a look, yeah.
Because I won't be surprised if you've got a car already that you could get up there. And don't forget, with GT Sport, every day you can get a free car just by driving 25 miles or 26 miles, whatever it is. So it doesn't take long. Just jump in a fast car and go to a fast circuit and do plenty of laps. And when you've done 25 miles, 26 miles, go back to the home screen and goes ding, 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 ding. This is your car you've got for free. And sometimes you do get some quite nice cars, but quite often it gives you the shit one of the four it's going to give you.
Right.
Yeah, it does happen. It's possible as well that it can give you the same car as what you've had previously, which is a bit frustrating. It'd be nice if it was like, it gave you cars that you'd not got, but sometimes it gives you the same cars. And if it does give you the same car, you can't sell cars that are being gifted to you.
Yeah, I had that mentioned to me.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like, for whatever reason, I can't show this picture, which is fucking annoying. Eric, I'll just have to read it to you, so apologies about this one. Okay, so this was in an online lobby, and its title is Start on Top of Another Car.
Oh, yeah.
Now, basically, the grid has formed, and one guy is sitting on top of another guy. So, yeah. I mean,
saw that on Facebook. Oh, not Facebook, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone on YouTube, they titled it something like Top Gear Double Decker Racing or something. But yeah, it's just messed up.
You see, when you know what? Shouldn't really mention him, but your two best mates from that were threatening dickhead.
Yeah, I remember them all.
Well, his YouTube channel, I didn't even remember, but I must have been still subscribed to it. I've unsubscribed now. And he had some footage up from the new game on his own, driving around, which is no surprise. And I'm not kidding. I just looked at it and I thought, oh my god, that looks like it's for PS3. And that just shows you how far behind they are.
Yeah.
They're so far behind. The graphics are shit. Everything's shit. The racing shit. The internet connection shit. Everything's shit.
I'll tell you.
Audio quality shit.
I'll tell you what else is shit. Here's 15. I don't know what the 15 is for. Maybe been laps. A 15 round race with full tank on low mix and ERS 0. There's a whole new ERS system apparently. Consumed the whole tank with no fuel at the end. Restarted the session. Don't fix it. No chance to stay in the positive. It's like driving with max mix and ERS 4. Now, a few people have reported this problem, basically a fuel consumption problem, a massive fucking fuel consumption problem, and it turns out it is a problem, and they've put a patch out for it. And would you like to have a guess at what's happened with the patch?
It's fucked something else up. It makes the cars drive around without any wheels on.
I don't know that. I'm not going to read all of it, but I can see plenty of people have said it's been up patched and blah blah blah, but it's still doing it. The bug stays. The bug is still there. So, okay, again, a simple 15 rounds race with +7 fuel. So if that is 15 lap race, right, with +7 laps worth of fuel, and he's on the minimum fuel usage, he's still running out of fuel. Now, either he's got something wrong, or there is a major fucking bug there. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is a bug. Okay, on to the next one. This was just what I found in the space of like 10 minutes. I bookmarked about 15 tabs, and I was like, you know what? If I carry on, I could end up with fucking hundreds of these. I haven't looked since then, so I am gonna go and look at what the most recent ones were. Right.
I saw one where we're on Twitter. Somebody put it up. I saw the footage of the car literally going side by side with another car. As soon as it touched the other car that we were going side by side with, went wheel to wheel, little tap. The next second, his car was falling through the tarmac. You could see the cars driving above, going around the track on an invisible wall.
Yeah. And
he was just going down into grey. And I just thought, I'm glad I haven't bought that piece of shit.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. James, you're dyslexic, I believe.
I would say so. I've never had it proven, but I think I am.
Okay.
Seeing as I start writing, and if, for example, somebody says, "Oh, his name is," let's say, for example, it starts with like, if you just give me like just give me 3 letters.
L-O-P.
L-O-P. So you give me L-O-P, I start writing, I'll put P, and I'll put L-O, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I think I'm dyslexic.
Okay.
Either that or I'm just fucking stupid.
Well, you can't pronounce
Probably
Marlborough.
because some people that are dyslexic don't realise that they don't normally notice when they've made a mistake, because when they've made a mistake, it still looks normal to them.
Well, when I was a kid, I used to write all my stuff backwards way around.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I mention it is because obviously it can create a problem with reading. It can create a problem with writing. And also, I know you're not a big fan of interviews, so you might be able to relate a little bit to this next one. And it goes like this. Okay, I am dyslexic. I cannot read the news reporter's questions in time to make a selection. Before anyone takes the piss, I'm a paramedic, so I'm not badly dyslexic, but I still can't read it in time. I cannot see any reason why you would have put a time limit there. People with dyslexia and learning difficulties cannot read that quick, and I shouldn't have to be writing this, writing was spelt incorrectly, writing this as a developer of Codemasters size, no, and have some respect. The next person comments saying, I'm not dyslexic and I can barely read them in the time they give, so I can sympathise with you.
Yeah. Yeah. There shouldn't even be. I mean, I had the Star Wars game donkeys ago. It was called Knights of the Old Republic. And you used to like get up, like people you'd interact with, and then it'd come up with 4 options for your reply. So, but it'd be quite funny because like there'd be one that'd be like, "Oh, you go careful there, and I'll see you soon. May the force be with you," and stuff. And then you go through comments, and then one at the bottom would be like, "I think you ought to get out of here before I shoot your face off." I always select that one, but I had as long as I wanted to select.
Yeah.
I could take, you know what I mean? Take it all in, but that's it. It gives you time to actually read it, understand it. And then go, oh, that'd be the best answer to give. Or let's see what happens when I click this. Whereas if you got a time limit for your responses, it's just fucking stupid. Because who are you rushing?
Yeah,
You've bought the game, you can do what you want.
Okay.
Why is there a time limit on it?
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay, on to the next one. This one's a little bit longer, right? And Steve and James, you will fucking hate this, I reckon. You'll be able to relate and hate. Okay, so T300 drives like a pad. So after starting up the game, I just went into time trial to test out the handling. As soon as I start driving, I notice that the in-game wheel is jittering over bumps and curbs like you would see happen on a pad. Also, I noticed that the force feedback felt a bit odd. I investigated this by going full lock with my T300 wheel while moving. However, in-game the car was nowhere near full lock, because of which I came to the conclusion that the game recognised my T300 as a pad. Now I'm going to stop there, there's more to this. I'm going to stop there because this is something that me and Steve did a video on 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because of this, I went into the controller settings where I saw, to my surprise, that the game recognised my T300 fully and treated it as such. I went to change my in-game force feedback settings to test out different things to find out how to fix it, but nothing worked. I even tried unplugging my keyboard as I thought it might be interfering with the game inputs, as I didn't have a controller connected at the time, but that didn't work. I tried unplugging and replugging my wheel. I searched for wheel firmware and updates, which I had no success with as I have recently already updated everything, so it's on the most recent version. I also tried to make a completely new control scheme, which didn't work. I have also found out that I am not the only one with the issue with the T300. I don't know what else to do, as I have tried everything I could.
Set the game back.
Yeah, try that one. Yeah.
It's clearly faulty.
I mean, this thing, it's not a problem with the wheel.
I know that with the place, I know he's probably on a PC because he said about unplugging his keyboard. But on the PlayStation, if you turn it on, load the game, and then plug your wheel in, it may not recognise it straight away. Whereas you're supposed to do it with your wheel plugged into your system, turn the system on, and then load the game up. But I'm pretty sure you probably would have had it all connected beforehand, but it may not have done. But having it as pad control should be an advantage, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few people commenting here saying that they are having the same problem, and a lot of it, I mean, some of it is to do, like people saying, suggesting trying different rotation settings and stuff like that. But to be honest, I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I did watch a little bit of footage, which was, and I remember mentioning to Steve when we tried an old F1 game, where the wheel was shaking about all over the place, and I'm like, well, if that wheel's doing that, why isn't mine?
Well, if you remember when I was racing in the racing league last year or last season,
yeah,
you were being like my engineer and my driving coach, and we had SharePlay on, and you were watching what I was doing. And you commented on my driving. You says, as you're going around the corners, you're shaking the wheel, try and keep it steady. And I'm like, I am doing. And then you were like, well, no, put the replay on and watch what the steering wheel does. And as it's going around the corner, it's going like as it's going around the corner, it's shaking, and down the straights it's shaking. But I'm keeping it absolutely dead still.
Yeah. Well, for this particular problem, I've just read a comment that I'm going to read now, which I think sort of hits the nail on the head with this particular product. And a guy says, it's a recurring problem from the beta. We've tried everything to fix it, nothing seemingly works. If you've got it, then you've got it, and if you don't, then lucky you. Nobody knows the cause of it, and it's not easily replicated, so God knows when we'll get a fix for it. To which the guy replies, yeah, because that is definitely going to not make me very angry and make me feel like I just wasted my money. Right, I mean, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
That's from an official from Codemasters.
This is on the person that mentioned about it being from the beta is not from Codemasters. They obviously must have been a part of the beta tests. But the thing is, that's a recurring theme from the last couple of years of Codemaster beta testing, where the game goes out public and people start going, hang on a minute, there's a problem here, and then loads of people that have been doing betas says, yeah, well, we've been telling them about that for fucking ages.
Yeah, but you only but you know, like all these problems and like banging on about like the wheel problem. You know something's fucking wrong when a game developer's asking people to come along and test stuff out, and they provide them with a monitor and a fucking pad.
Yeah.
They don't provide them with a full, you know,
well, they do have David Greco, whatever his name is, that does the practicing.
Well,
wheel practicing for him.
Well, no, he is not. Doesn't do wheel practicing. He is part of the. He basically runs the development. I believe he runs the development team of the physics side of the handling of the cars.
And he does do that on a wheel, because I've seen the video of him doing it.
Yeah. Okay, just to let you know, the guy who originally reported this post, he said, he goes on to say a little later, so I think I've found a temporary fix. Now, I have no problem, this is me talking about it, I have no problem with finding temporary fixes with stuff, right? But when you have to go to the lengths that he has, I think I'd go, you know what, fuck this. I'd fuck this. Right? He says, I think I found a temporary fix that might help with a permanent one. What I did was turn the saturation up in the game until it recognised full lock at 180, so a 360 degree full rotation. Then when I went in game, I turned the saturation back down to 0, and it worked as intended, with full lock on my wheel being full lock in the game. I'm on PS4, by the way, might be different for PC. A couple of posts late, people saying, oh, so you just turn the saturation up and down again, blah blah blah, and then he comments on the same day going, never mind, went back into the garage and now it doesn't work again.
Bloody hell.
Oh, hang on, he's gone on to say, yes, yeah, it does work, but basically every time you go back to the garage, you just have to do it again when you head out again. And so far has fixed the issue. Oh, right, so you've got to dick about with the fucking saturation settings every time. No, sorry, mate. I'd be straight
Can you
back to the
imagine
shop going, I want my money.
Imagine doing that. You know, you're in a league race and you go out for qualifying, and then you come back to the garage, you got to do it again, go out for another qualifying lap, and then at the start of the race, have you got to do it again then?
Yeah.
And if you're in an online league, that's going to be a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know someone hits start straight away, you're only going to get about 30 seconds to do any setup changes that are allowed, like front wing and tyre pressures, sort out your strategy, your starting tyres if you're not in the top 10, and then to do that as well. Yeah, you're not going to get it done.
I mean, it's okay. I think I've got one more to mention. Let's see what this is.
And then the safety car one you wanted to be reminded about.
Yes. Oh no, I did mention it. It was the one where Sorokin was like 2 straights behind and it slowed everyone down. It was that one.
Right.
Okay, this one is, hey all, was just doing some practice programs in the career mode at Melbourne when I noticed something really weird. I went and checked the replay and found this bug where Magnussen's car was basically stuck in the pit lane. I don't know what happened before my video recording, so I can't give any hints as to what may have caused it. Basically, he's put a video clip on there of Magnussen's car is driven out of his garage, drove into the pit wall, and is going forward an inch and back an inch and forward an inch and back an inch and forward an inch and back an inch. He's not going fucking anywhere. He's just forward and backwards and forward. Okay, yeah, you got fucking problems, Codemasters.
But if you think about it, right, the TV rights for real Formula One next year, like we said, it's going to be a big fucking test for Formula One to see how they cope when they've got like hardly anybody watching.
Yeah,
you've got the game, which is clearly fucking broken. I mean, Formula One needs to seriously think about its future and think, right, the entertainment value is shit. The TV value is going to be shit. The gaming value is going to be shit. Before you know it, there could be a mass exodus of fans.
Yeah.
I mean, if, let's say, for example, like you said, your dad turns around and goes, I can't afford Sky. My dad turns around and goes, I can't afford Sky. We're just going to look for something else that's free.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not, you know what I mean? We're probably going to continue doing some form of podcast because we like meeting up and having a chat. But, well, like this is even proved, we've split this podcast into 2 parts because obviously some people just want to hang around for the Formula One stuff, and some people, you know, well, some mental people want to listen to their private lives. But it's going to get to a point where we are literally. I mean, throughout this podcast, throughout both podcasts tonight, how long have we talked about positive stuff to do with Formula One?
Oh, none. I think the only positive was Bottas's overtake at Eau Rouge. And
do you know what? I found out some information while we were on our break about Bottas.
Yeah.
He was handed a 5-second penalty and 2 penalty points on his licence because of apparently contact with Sorokin at the start of the race.
Oh
yeah, he also did a Hulkenberg, but not as bad.
Did you see what he did to Van Dorn in practice?
Oh yeah, that was dangerous. That was.
Yeah.
He got a reprimand for that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it might just be that the team have basically said to him, "Look, you're the Raikkonen, don't even bother."
Yeah. Okay, so I just thought I'd go and have a look at like recent posts, and there's a few, but there's one here, right? I know none of us are particularly great at mathematics, that's for certain. But let's see if you guys can follow this kind of maths, right? Okay, so this person has said, first of all, I love F1 2018. It is a very nice improvement from last year's game. But especially the tyre life is killing me a bit. Or killing it a bit. There is a pattern. that everyone who starts with the softest compound in a 50% race is massively compromised. It just makes no sense. In Baku, for example, we've seen Bottas do around 40 laps on ultrasoft tyres in real life. That would be around 20 laps in a 50% career race. But the AI and myself have to pit after 5 laps.
Yeah.
Which is equal to 10 laps in a 100% race, whereas Bottas did 40.
I think somebody who said that this is the closest to a simulation was clearly on fucking crack.
Oh, okay, you know what, I found a nice little post here, right? I've not read it, I've just read sort of, it's titled Bugs, Get the Spray. That must be from some movie or something. Okay, it goes like this. So, we are seeing the big bugs that have carried over from 2017. Will they be fixed? Bugs, no, they won't. Bugs seen so far that carried over. Safety car is still useless. Safety car is still semi-random. VSC leads to penalties for half the field. 50% racers see front runners doing odd pit stop strategies and ending up outside the points. Cars teleporting from the pits back to the track. Old bugs not yet confirmed and so we hope are fixed. Tyre changes during weather transitions with AI doing numerous stops. Teammates not getting engine upgrades. And someone has commented on it. No, they won't be fixed. So yeah, I know this is slamming Codemasters a bit, but it just justifies everything that we've been saying for the last year.
If they don't get slammed, they'll never improve. And I just don't know how these companies, these companies that promote the games and stuff like this, why don't they just fucking call them out?
Yeah.
Just go, shit, don't buy it.
Yeah.
Well, what gets me though is, right, they're going to be doing on Sky F1 channel. They're going to be doing the esports league, the official esports league,
which is massive now.
Which now the teams have got involved with. They've got their own designated sim drivers, plus some other random drivers that have signed up. They've signed up as well. So all the team, I think Ferrari is probably the only team that are not doing it.
Yeah, they're fucking brains.
Yeah, and Codemasters game is going to be there for millions to see, with commentators and everything, and you're just going to see all the fucking bugs.
Good. No place to hide.
Yeah. I feel sorry for him because. I don't know. I feel sorry for Codemasters because. How can I put this? I don't feel sorry for the people that work there. They've got the possibility of making the world's best racing game by far, because they got the licensing for the Formula 1 cars and all the circuits. And if they've got the licensing for the Formula 1 cars, surely they could have had the licensing for the F2s as well. And that could have been a feeder program in the game into Formula 1 that you could have had to have done some testing first in an F2 or something. And the different concepts, but the bugs that they have are stupid bugs, and they should not be released in a game. But I know that they're probably stuck to a deadline for some reason or not, but delay it and get the fucking game right.
Yeah.
If they get the game right, they'd have to take an extra year.
The thing is, they tried delaying a couple of years ago and they still didn't work. I mean, here's another one for you. I have multiple problems on F1 2018 online. For example, every time I finish a race, I lose all my stats. And every time I leave a session, I can't join another one. Now, if you don't know this, I believe when you race online, there is an online ranking system. I've not seen it, it's just something I've heard about. So if there is an online ranking system and your ranking system isn't, your statistics are not being adjusted, then what's the fucking point of your ranking system? Let's see, there's another one, low aero settings again. I ran front wing and rear wing at 5 on aero settings for Baku. I hope this would give me enough top speed whilst also having enough downforce for the middle sector. Now thinking about it, Baku, okay, it's got some long fast straights, but to be honest, you do need a bit of aeros around some of the corners. I'd probably say 5 would be about right, maybe. I mean, Steve, you raced 2017.
I think I actually went with a 1.3 or a 1.4 for Baku.
Yeah, well, this guy's saying, however, I was getting blitzed by everybody, including my teammate Alonso and the Toro Rossos. So yeah, he wasn't happy. What's this one? Oh, someone being positive. Just noticed today how good the Ferrari sounds in cockpit view.
Wow.
Wow. Someone titled, quite embarrassing coders. Did you guys really release a game with many of the same fundamental flaws as last year, including the issues of safety car and new ones with VSC? Are you guys proud of this? When Codemasters beta test, are you guys actually testing? It's a fair fucking comment, and to be honest, same fucking comments that I saw last year and the year before, and that's why I gave up on Cody's.
Yeah, it's just gets frustrating, really frustrating.
Yeah. Well, sorry to bring the depression in big time, but I thought you might be interested to see how shit it's going on the forums for it.
Well, to be seen, I know that we sometimes talk about like political correctness on Mad and all this stuff. Have you seen at all the bad publicity already that Field 1?
I couldn't hear anything of that because of the noises going on.
With the I think it's EA creating Battlefield. I think it'll be 5.
Right.
But it's called Battlefield 5, but it's basically going to be set in World War II. And in the trailer, it bangs on about like the most authentic World War II experience and all this.
Oh, can you actually get shot and hurt then?
Well, probably not. And they showed the trailer, and I don't know if it's just a lot of things, especially like movies and stuff now, where it's like this, and I call it at work social justice warriors, where these people that have no lives are just, that's politically correct, so I'm going to bang on about it. If you say against it, you're fucking evil and I'll go mental on you. And,
I mean trolls.
Yeah, basically. And in this trailer, it shows like World War II, but it's very stylized. And then it cuts, and then there's this woman with a trench coat on, shooting a load of Nazis, and then turning, flicking her hair, and as she flicks her hair and puts her hand out to say, "Here, do you want to get up?" It's like a metal electronic hand. So it's like,
what?
I know. I'm like, well, no offense, but if you had a prosthetic hand, it wouldn't be electronic. And we still don't even have that technology today.
Not only that,
number two, there was no female people on the front lines. All females were in the factories making the fucking weapons.
Yeah.
So, but it's this kind of, well, if World War II happened today, there'd be women out there. Yeah, but no offence, if you're creating a World War II game, whether it's sexist or not, it should be all chaps.
Well, interestingly, right, there was a game on PlayStation Store called Mafia, and I thought, I've no idea what it is, but it's free, I'll download it, I'll give it a try. And one of the first things it showed on the screen was it popped up a message saying, it was a message from the, sorry, I'm going to sneeze, hang on. It was a message from the game creators saying that they are a company who believe in people's rights and stuff like that, and going on about how they believe in justice and being nice to people and all that kind of stuff. And then it goes on to say, however, given that our game is made in the representing the era of the 1960s, there may be occasions that you hear things that would be deemed to be offensive. This is by no means the view of us as a company or a view that we support. We just want things to be realistic. Within the first 2 minutes of the game, the N-bomb's been dropped about 4 times, and one of the characters on the game actually says, look, you're my friend, to this black guy who you are playing. He says, you're my friend, but we're playing a role here to rob this bank, and these guys in here, they may get at you, and if they do, I'm going to join in with them, right? So don't take offence with me, I'm just playing the role. Within 5 minutes, you're shooting a load of people, and there's loads of swearing going on, and if it was a game made well, it was a game made today, but if it was a game depicting today, you wouldn't be allowed to do it. But they, I mean, admittedly, they are right on that limit of going, you know what, that could be wrong. But it's a little bit like if you made a movie that was set in the whatever era where there were slaves and the N-bomb was dropped all the time.
It's like the 12 Years a Slave, whatever film. You can't make that film and not have slaves in it.
Yeah, or Django. I mean, I watched Django not realising what kind of film it was, and to be fair, it's a bit fucking mental. But that's another film where it would have been very easy for someone to go, actually, you know what, you can't say that stuff. But the fact that they've gone, well, hold on, this is what it was like then. We're not portraying our view, we're portraying what it was like. And that's the same kind of thing. I mean, it's a little bit like, say, in 100 years, people pretend, oh, yeah, the Twin Towers were knocked down, but nobody died. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we've got to be politically
that's
correct.
It. But like, I always think, why should we have to pander to these social justice warriors? Why not just say, look, this is the game. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
Yeah. I mean, this is
if they can't see that it's the game, then it's their problem.
I mean, it's a little bit like, okay, if you buy a ticket to go and watch Frankie Boyle perform on stage, you have no real reason to come away and go, I'm offended by that. Because no offence, if you're buying a ticket to go and watch Frankie Boyle, he's going to potentially say shit that some people might take offence at. So don't go and watch it.
Same with Chubby Brown.
Exactly.
Yeah, Chubby Brown, Jimmy Carr. I mean, there's plenty of. I mean, this is the thing. There's a massive difference between a joke and being a comedian or being an actor, and someone giving their personal opinion. So it's like there's a big difference between someone in a movie going, "Oh, I ain't got a problem grabbing women by the pussy. It's the only way to control them," compared to the President of the United States saying it and meaning it. So,
but this is it. Like Ricky Gervais always says, look, I'll say stuff, but the comedy is that I wouldn't say that, in real life.
Yeah.
But it's just the cheekiness of saying it. But if you really know me, you know that I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? It's that kind of saying something that you dare never to say.
Yeah.
And like, I was watching it the other day. I think I sent you that. I don't know if I sent you the clip where it were. I mean, this wasn't even a risque joke. It was just like it was going. I don't understand like these news corporations where like if you've got something going on in your area, send us your news. And it's like, no, don't get people to send you news. Go and find some proper fucking news. And it's like, we don't want the average everyday person, because no offence, the average everyday person is a fucking idiot. Yeah. And then it cuts, and then it's like, we got a train strike, and like, what's the average person think of this? And then they've gone and asked like some random bloke called John or whatever, and he's gone, oh well, I work in London and I pay a lot of money and I expect to get to work on time. And then you get to another person who's like, oh well, I always say it's better to get to work a bit late than dead.
Yeah.
And then he makes this joke where he's like, oh, you're right, Tim, you're right, how you doing? John, how you doing? You alright? John? And then he goes over, pretends that John's got to work dead, and he's like, "Oh, what did we say, John? We talked about this.
Oh.
Better to get to work late than dead."
Oh dear. Did you?
But yeah, there's loads of like risque comments and jokes that he makes. Like he's on about like jobs for dogs. He's like, "Oh well, your job is this," and they're all like, "Oh, brilliant." He's like, "Do you like just basically rolling around in shit?" "Yeah, that's your job, brilliant." And then they're going, "Right, Labradors," and then he puts on like a stupid voice for Labradors, like, "Yeah." It's like, like. Do you like just like licking yourself and sitting in front of fire? "Yeah, that's your job." And then he goes to some other dogs and he goes, "Oh well, what we want you to do is we want you to like run across fields and like attack foxes and all this lot." And they're like, "Well, what are Rottweilers doing?" He's going, "Oh, they're busy shaking babies." It's a risky comment because obviously at some point somebody's babies die through a Rottweiler shaking them to death. But the joke is not, "Oh, let's point fun at that situation." It is the taboo nature of in the average everyday person. Whenever you see a Rottweiler, you automatically think danger.
But that's because of what it's the same with Staffordshire Bull Terriers. I mean, I've seen plenty of videos of Staffy Bull Terriers, like playing with babies and stuff like that. I mean, a dog. I wouldn't say any pet, because some pets. I mean, okay, there are people that have tigers and lions as pets, but you're fucking taking a risk even then.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh no, lions and tigers.
Yeah, I mean, dogs are only as nasty as their owners.
Owners, yeah.
Allowed to be. I've got a thought for you. Deep thought, this one.
Oh yeah.
Chris Hemsworth is Australian, and Thor is from space. Does that make him an Australian?
Australian.
Well, if you were from America, anybody who's not an American is an alien.
Well, here's a thought for this is how my mind's been working lately, right? I mean, that's just reminded me of it, but I got thinking about space and outer space and aliens, right? And I was thinking,
Have you watched any of that Cosmos?
No, not yet. I apologise. But yeah, so I got thinking about space and aliens and what it might actually be like to go out to space and meet aliens. I mean, is it going to be like Star Trek? Is it going to be like Star Wars? Is it going to be you go somewhere and it's just weird looking creatures that are all fucking nasty and evil and everything wants to kill you? And then I thought, well, hang on a minute. If you were a nice alien from a nation or a planet of nice aliens where everybody got on very nicely, and you came to visit this planet Earth, what would that be like?
District 9.
Well, it would, when you think about it, right? Think about this. You go, oh, that stuff looks nice. What do you do with that? Oh, well, you go and swim in it when it's really hot and sunny. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, but you have to watch out for the jellyfish. Why? What do? They can kill you. Oh, right, okay. But you also have to watch out for the crocodiles and the alligators and the sharks and the killer whales and everything fucking out, the octopus, anything, all these fucking creatures that can kill you. Oh, right, okay. Well, what about over here on land? Ah, well, on that bit of land, you want to watch out for the scorpions, the spiders, the snakes, the tigers, the lions, all these fucking creatures that can kill you. And it's like, you know what? I think I'll go back to my own planet now, because your planet is a little bit fucking crazy.
Yep. Have we lost James?
No, I think he's daydreaming about the prospect of being an alien and coming to Earth.
Well, this is weird, because it's strange, because like, we're in car way home, and I think Mickey must just think I'm fucking mental, but like, imagine if we made like an alien invasion movie, right? But it's not like your typical alien invasion movie. You always associate alien invasion being a spaceship comes down, fucking obliterates your capital cities, you know, like fucking Independence Day, and then just fucking try and kill all the humans. But I was thinking, what about this fucking asteroid, right? It's like, it's the Earth, obliterates about half the Earth, and the other half of the Earth is pretty much like a post-apocalyptic world. But then within this asteroid, there's bacteria and organisms, and when it reacts with the water, these microorganisms develop very, very quickly, and they kind of like, let's say that they mutate at a rapid rate.
So a bit like evolution then, but without the half a planet decimation.
Yeah, you could have something where like, so like, let's say there's like a shark swimming past, and this microorganism like touches the shark, and then it fucking like manipulates the shark into like a different animal. Like, I don't know. I
think Vicky would be right. You're crazy, James.
Yeah, but just imagine like a post-apocalyptic world, and then like the asteroids hit the Earth, and like people are surviving and stuff, and then these fucking organisms that are like technically aliens from outer space, but it's just that the microorganisms have like just developed very quickly. So like, in terms of life on Earth, it probably took like hundreds of millions of years for a piece of bacteria to actually become a living, breathing organism, to it actually being like a half an hour time period of bacteria hits the water and then develops, and basically it's like it's fucking aliens come out of the fucking ocean, but they're weird as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like we're on about like Steve were on about like there's the deepest depths of the ocean which we haven't even discovered yet. What if you know what I mean? Like if it bacteria gets down there and there's all them fucking luminous fucking fish, and it takes on something like that where it's like a big luminous aliens that like come out of the ocean, and basically all they want to do is fucking eat.
Yeah. And
all that's left is like a little bit of agriculture and some. Like you could do it like a bit like Jaws, like rather than like straight away attacking a human, you could have it where like there's a farmer in a post-apocalyptic world, and he comes out one night and all his fucking they've all been fucking destroyed, but there's all this like glowing material in it. Oh, I'll tell you something, we need to make it.
Who's making the green goo? I got a little story for you. Did you hear about a married couple that had been trying for a baby for 4 years with no success?
No.
Well, after consulting doctors, I mean, they've been married for trying to have a baby for 4 years, and then after consulting doctors, the concerned couple from BG City, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but that's how I'm saying it, BG, from BG City in China, found out why they'd been having difficulties conceiving. They'd mistakenly been having anal sex for the entirety of their relationship.
Lucky man.
Discussing their I actually read this and thought, no, that's the guy saying it's the right one, honest. I don't want kids. This is the right one. Discussing their medical history with obstetrician Liu Hongmei, the 26-year-old husband and 24-year-old wife said they'd been having sex regularly and were under pressure from their families to produce a baby. Intercourse was unusually painful for the wife, leading to Dr. Liu to originally believe she was suffering from some sort of gynecological disease. However, on further inspection, it was revealed the wife had never actually had vaginal sex.
But so basically, long story short, these two probably don't deserve to have kids, because if they're that age and they don't even know which fucking hole to stick it in, they've got no fucking hope.
Yeah.
oh, why did your kids die? Well, I was feeding it through its ear, and it just wants eating.
Yeah.
I were giving him soup through a straw in his ear, and he just fucking keeled over on me.
Well, my baby was tired, so I thought I needed to fill it up. So I took it to the petrol station, put the pump in its mouth, and kept going until the fuel started coming
Because
in.
I love my car as much as I love my baby, and you just got to fill it up every now and then, haven't you?
Mm. Okay, I'm going to change things slightly. I'm going to go from kind of funny to kind of serious, actually. Sad and serious.
Well, don't tell me we're going to talk about Holocaust or something.
No.
Oh,
Did you two... You know how like esports has become a massive thing? It is getting towards massive.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I mean, Racing League, yeah, it's definitely getting massive.
Esports has taken a massive hit, though, in the last 2 days, to a point where it could cause problems globally, or at least in America, because a number of people have died after a video gamer opened fire during a Madden NFL 19 tournament in Florida. The sheriff there said there were multiple fatalities, while others were taken to hospital following the mass shooting during the tournament, which was being streamed live on Twitch from a shopping centre in Jacksonville.
Don't tell me the newspapers went with the title, "He's Gone Madden."
That would have been a good one. I don't know what they went with, but this is what makes it worse. I mean, a shooting in America is no surprise, but this is the bit that makes it worse. According to reports, the gunman who died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound was a participant who had lost. So basically, some kid is in an esports event, has lost, and decided, oh, you know what, I'll just fucking shoot him.
Yeah, but his name didn't begin with D and second name begin with E, did it?
I wish, because then he'd be dead. So I'll probably get into trouble for that comment. I wish no harm upon anybody, but a few. Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it. I made the comment. You just agreed.
Hey Steve, would you believe James actually thought he'd reappeared recently?
Oh, under another name?
Mm.
Yeah, from under a rock.
It's taken him 2 years to find his way out of it. I'm going to stop now.
He was also the one that couldn't work out which hole to put it in.
No, well, I don't know. Might have done.
You got the wrong thing. You got the wrong person to put it in. He found the sheep.
Sure. You know how I mentioned a few weeks ago that I saw a guy ride his motorbike through his front door?
Yes. Has he had it fixed now?
Well, you know what?
Motorbike on the door?
I've not seen the motorbike again. He has had half of the door fixed. There's still one wooden panel there. But I saw something else just as fucking crazy, but not as damage creating yesterday. I just didn't have enough time to get my phone to take a picture. There was a
sounds like a sitcom's happening over your road.
Well, it felt like it. I was sat at my computer, right, editing your song, right, James. And
the masterpiece.
And outside, you will have to show that to Vicky, by the way. I want to know what she thinks of it. Outside, I could hear a woman's voice going, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, we gotta go, come on." And I was like, "Oh, what's going off out there?" I'm like Mickey Flanagan. I'm a peeper, right? And so I happened to look out, and there was a youngish woman pushing a pushchair, with a young child, and like a young child girl and a slightly older child boy. And I looked and I was like, you know what, that woman, she looks quite tasty. I might have to go and have a peep out the other window, see what she looks like. I get over to the other window and I was like, oh, she's got 3 kids then, she's pushing a pushchair. Hang on a minute. That's a fucking cockatiel in a cage. In the pushchair. She's pushing a pushchair with a bird cage with a bird in it while 2 kids are walking alongside. I'm like, hang on a minute, yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. Right, where's my fucking phone? Where's my phone? Oh, fuck, she's gone. I'm like,
It might have been the cockatoo saying, "Come on, come on."
It could
Wanted
have
to
been.
get pushed a bit faster.
It could have been. I mean, yeah. And not only that, there's something. Right. Okay. I don't know if this is weird or. The first time I saw this, I thought this was weird. I've seen it now 3 or 4 times since, and I don't know whether it's weird, should be concerned, or what. But, 4 or 5 days ago, I went to leave the house, and outside my house there's a patch of grass, as Steve knows, there's an area of grass and trees. Well, there was some young lad, I think, just sort of lying on the grass, listening to music, just sort of staring into the sky, and I was thinking, okay, fair enough, he was just chilling. The next day he was there again. I was like, alright, okay. I didn't go out for a day or so, and then the next 2 days when I've been out, he's been out there again. So like, I'd probably say 4 or 5 of the last 8 days he's been out there just lying on the grass, just chilling out, and I'm like, okay, I wouldn't necessarily class it as weird, but it's not something you often see people doing, just lying on a bit of grass in sort of the middle of where I live. And then when I came home today and he was there, and I was thinking, well, you know what? If I listen to music more, that's probably the kind of thing that I'd do. I wonder if this is some young kid who's got some fucking issues going on somewhere, and his only getaway is to lie in the middle of a small fucking patch of grass listening to some music.
It could be.
Either that or he's broke his legs and he can't move.
I'm sure
He's out there now, is
it? I hope not. I'm sure his clothes have changed.
Did he move?
Maybe
He's not dead, is he?
No, he has moved around, and he did look at me earlier today.
Maybe he's like, in Home Alone when they're checking out which house to burgle.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could now be just thinking, ooh, they seem a bit nutty over there. I think I'll burgle their house.
Or every day at this time they go out.
Yeah, crafty bastards. Oh shit. Oh no, what have I done? Oh. I've got distracted by Scarlett Johansson's tat.
How are you getting on with your spider invasion, James?
Oh mate, they're everywhere. It's like fucking arachnophobia. We could remake that, but like I'd be like somebody who goes on holiday to Iraq and we'd call it Irachnophobia.
Well, Steve was here. When would it have been? Sunday night? No, it wasn't Sunday night. Yeah, it was Sunday evening.
Yeah, Sunday evening. I popped round. Yeah.
I remember. I think might have told you, James. I think it might have been the Saturday night. Well, anyway, there was one night I was on the PlayStation with Steve. Steve was at his, and we were playing the Killing Floor game, shooting zombies, and a massive spider ran across my living room, and I spent about 5 minutes trying to kill it, and it disappeared. I don't know where it's gone. I know it's in here somewhere, and it was a big bastard, right? But then when Steve was here on Sunday, we were sat there playing football on the PlayStation, and I'd got my fan on because it was quite warm. And I kept feeling a little itch on my neck, but it was like hair brushing against my neck. And I was like, fucking hell, that fan keeps blowing the hair on my neck and making me think something's crawling on me. And then a couple of minutes later, I felt something on the right side, and I was thinking, I might have to fucking move that fan. So I sort of like flicked my neck, and all of a sudden, this spider sort of popped from my neck onto my fucking t-shirt, and I was like, fucking hell, it's a spider. Now, thankfully, it was a little one. But for the next like 3 or so hours, any itch, any sensation of a touch was, hang on a minute, is that spider? Hang on a minute. It's fucking horrible.
What it is as well, I think what it mainly is, it's been so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I think that's affected how big they are. Because I were watching something today on that Cosmos program. He was saying like back in the day, like when before the dinosaurs and all that lot, insects were around, but because there were a ton more oxygen in the air, it meant that the insects were like 10 times bigger than what they are. I think he showed like a trilobite, and he said it was like the size of a crocodile. But then he were also saying that because it were also a lot hotter, the heat does something that basically makes insects bigger.
Yeah.
So I think that's the main reason why they're all coming in now, because they're it's that period where it's getting a bit cooler at night, and they're fucking huge, mate. I mean, in Australia, I've got to say, when I went to Australia, people worry about Australia. I didn't see a big spider. I saw plenty of lizards and bits and bats and crocodiles, but they were on a crocodile farm. But I wouldn't want to meet a big spider. And I remember one night we were walking on this beach, and then Vicky went, "Oh, should we walk down that path there? It looks nice." And it was really dark. And I says, "No." And she was like, "Why not?" And I went, "Well, no offence, if there's a snake, a spider, all like that, you wouldn't have a fucking clue because you wouldn't be able to see it. We're not going that way. I'd rather go on the beach where the moonlight's kind of lighting up the sand, and I can kind of make out if there's something on the floor or not." She's like, "Oh, you boring bastard." I'm like, "Oh, well, but I'd rather be well precautious."
Yeah.
If that's a word.
It is.
And be alive than fucking, let's just do what people do in movies and let's
split up, go this way.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't go in that room. Okay, let's go in that room.
Yeah. Oh, but there's water in that room and we're so thirsty. We've got to go in. Yeah. Talking of things, there's something on Netflix. It's just gone up. Me and Vicky have watched all of it. It were a bit weird, and it's about it's like this strange drama about people who can, like, a bit, like in Terminator 2, the T-1000, it can like replicate.
Yeah.
It can replicate people. It's like this weird thing where like humans are like replicating each other and stuff, and it's just really, it's a bit odd, but at the same time it's quite good. There's some proper cheesy bad moments in it. I mean, there were a couple of moments where I like just burst out laughing because the young lad were going, "Right, do you trust me?" And the music's building and swelling, and it's kind of like, "Do you trust me?" And this girl goes, "Oh yeah, I trust you." And they're about to set off in car, and as they set off in car, he indicates right and turns left. And I just like, I won't fucking trust him. Jesus. But if you watch it, it's literally been filmed right where we live. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, hang on, that's a petrol station I go to every night. And like little things like that, like just set round between Keighley and Skipton. But it's all like filmed round here. I was like, bloody hell. Couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm sure that's petrol station I go to. And then Vicky was like, no, that's just it'll just be another co-op petrol station. And I'm like, no, it fucking is. That's the one I go to every time. So it was a bit remarkable to see something that were filmed around here, because I didn't even know that they'd done much filming around here. It's got Guy Pearce in it as well. But yeah, quite good, but at the same time there are some moments in it where you're questioning it, going, it's just indicated, right, why in the editing room didn't they just go, right, let's flip this image so it doesn't look stupid?
Yeah. Well, shit like that happens all the time, unfortunately, doesn't it? Oh, well. Oh, dear. Right.
I think we may have got to the end of the podcast.
Yeah, 1:45. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where James goes, I've got work, I've got to be up at 6.
No, I'm alright, I'm on holiday.
Oh, you're alright then.
I've just got to try and get this Aston Martin away from Scarlett Johansson's boob.
Have you driven it, by the way?
I give it a quick bash earlier.
And
then I drove the car. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's very nice. It's similar to that Aston Martin that I told you to test out, but yeah, it's probably a bit more forgiving when it comes to bumps.
Yeah, and I think a bit nicer to drive as well. But anyway, okay, if it's about time to end the podcast, I'm okay with that. Right, so we'll be on again next week to see what happens during now and then. I want to see that woman go past with a bird again, just so I could take a picture, make sure I'm not going fucking mental. But anyway, Right, time to bring this to an end then. So, Steve, James, it's been interesting as usual.
Before you go, I think your test has to be for both of you this week to make sure to watch like an episode of that Cosmos on Netflix.
Oh, by the way, James, I'd just like to let you know that I have been sat here for 2 hours and 6 minutes with a tub of cookies.
You haven't touched them?
Oh no, I've had some.
Oh.
And I've been reading up on Derby County.
He's thinking now, isn't
he?
It's alright, don't worry, because Steve mentioned it yesterday and I was like, you know what, thinking about it, I actually don't really know anything about cookies other than which ones I like and which ones I don't.
Sorry, Steve.
Your specialist subject is... I'd have to change mine, I think. Anyway. Right, well, hopefully for next week's after show, might be able to get some more video clips for perhaps James to do some voiceovers on. Maybe even have to get some for Steve. But we'll have to see. Depends on whether the ones I've used today are going to end up being copyrighted. But I am going to put James's song to public just to see what happens there. Because I must
go viral.
I must admit, it has made. The thing is, right, I did want it. I wanted it to sound more like you are singing, so I tried speeding it up. If you speed it up too much, the audio doesn't work, which was a shame. And slowing it down to a point where the audio still works, the audio isn't sped up enough, but the humping is over in like half a second.
I think there's an app you can do where it's called Speak Talk or something.
Well. But anyway, it worked out good. I mean, I literally did spend like however long it was just sat here giggling to myself as I'm putting it together. I mean, I couldn't believe that I actually got some crazy kind of story out of that. But it was unbelievable how many sort of innuendos you used. Like, I don't know if you heard it, but there's part of the hump where you're going like, that's more like it. That's more like it. That's got to be at least 6 inches. That's more like it.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember making it, thinking I've got to try and like, you know, like I don't know, like even though it's just myself, I've got to be a little bit entertaining. But I think the fact that Bella and me were just priceless.
Yeah. Well, the thing that got me started with that was because like when I did the one for Steve, right, I was listening to the radio and it wasn't the tune that was on the radio, but I ended up getting a tune in my head, and all of a sudden I just went, sometimes I wake up grumpy, sometimes I wake up grumpy, sometimes I wake up grumpy, sometimes I let her sleep. So that was the tune that sort of got in my head, and that's how I ended up doing the song that Steve did. And with yours, I don't know if you noticed, the piece of music is the piece of music that I offered to you a while ago, and I've used it a couple of times, and I was editing something the other day and I was like, hang on a minute, sit, oh you are, sit, oh you are, sit, oh you are. So it was actually going to start with sit, oh you are, but when I edited it, it just worked out. It was like, hello, I'm James. Now I've got the bass ready. And then there was the bit, yeah, it just worked out. It does tell a little perverted story, but the thing that sort of totally dictated how it was going to end up going, because I hadn't actually clocked this bit before, is when you go, it's like, yeah, I'm clearing out the driveway and there's Vicky's Red Roger, but I didn't. But you actually say Vicky's Red Roger in the driveway, but I cut it so it sounds like Vicky's Red Rogering. So it started.
Actually, you know what? Red Roger tomorrow. He's off to the scrapyard.
Is he? Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what you're gonna have to do then. You will have to, before, if it goes to the scrappers, you'll have to go, Vicky, I know you've had a while with this car and it's been an emotional vehicle for you, and if not, it should have been, but as a tribute I want you to watch this. And let's see if at the end of it she goes,
Literally
"You're not
give
getting
it-
any sex tonight."
Literally give it 5 seconds and walk away.
Yeah, give it to her and say, I think you should watch this on your own. So I'll leave you to it. Oh dear. Right, anyway, let's go, guys. It's getting late. So thank you anyone that's been listening in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join us next week for the F1 podcast at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. And then, if you wish, join us for the after show, obviously, after the show. See you later.
See ya.
Adios.
Blah 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 blah.